Hello everyone, Grand Captain Speedy Dash here. Last time on What If Kakarot lands at the Red Ribbon headquarters, Kakarot causes the Tournament of Power. How will the Red Ribbon Empire do in the Tournament of Power? Find out now. At the arena for the Tournament of Power, they see the warriors for the other universes as they teleport in. Once all the universes arrive, the Grand Priest explains the rules for the Tournament of Power, excluding the penalty for losing. Finally, the time for the tournament to start arrives, with Red, Kakarot, Vegeta, Kanon, and Scarlet all heading off to find fights on their own. Universe 9 decides to bite off more than they can chew and challenges Universe 11, with the trio of dangers quickly becoming all that's left of Universe 9. The trio of dangers try their hardest, but are knocked out of the ring by the Pride Troopers, but Universe 11 does lose some members during the fight. With all of Universe 9 out of the ring, Universe 9 is eliminated and thus erased. The tournament comes to a crawl as everyone sees the real stakes of the Tournament of Power. It isn't long before the tournament roars back into full swing. Kakarot, being interested by Jiren's strength, attempts to challenge Jiren, but Toppo challenges Kakarot in Jiren's place. Toppo does push Kakarot to go Super Saiyan Blue, which catches Jiren's attention, with Jiren taking Toppo's place in the fight. Kakarot is pushed to use Blue Kaioken, but is still at a big disadvantage. Being pushed into a corner, Kakarot begins charging a Spirit Bomb, which Jiren is kind enough to let him charge. After he finishes charging it, Kakarot throws the Spirit Bomb, but Jiren easily pushes it back into Kakarot, with it exploding on him. Assuming Kakarot is dead, Jiren begins walking away, but Kakarot jumps out of the rubble in a new form. Ultra Instinct Sign Kakarot does force Jiren to actually try, but Jiren is quite easily able to knock Kakarot out of Ultra Instinct Sign. Kanon and Scarlet find Kakarot and give him some of their spare energy. Just after Kanon and Scarlet left, Caulifla and Kale approach Kakarot. Caulifla begins fighting against Kakarot, with them both quickly going Super Saiyan. Kakarot has an edge, with Kale shortly getting jealous and going berserk. Kale rushes forward, nearly knocking both Kakarot and Caulifla out of the ring, before continuing her rampage. Her rampage continues with Kale knocking out a number of fighters until Jiren steps up to stop her. Jiren quickly and easily beats Kale. Hit approaches Jiren and challenges him. Jiren overpowers Hit's new technique and knocks Hit out of the ring. Caulifla finds Kale, with Kakarot inadvertently showing up as well, but Kakarot is fine with waiting to fight them. Just before Kakarot walks away, Casserole, Kokote, Tooper, Zori, and Kettle show up to try and toss the three Saiyans out of the ring. Violet and Lunch jump into the fight to help Kakarot. Together they are able to overpower the Pride Troopers and toss them out of the ring. Kakarot convinces Violet and Lunch to let Caulifla and Kale go for Kakarot to fight later. Gold, Magenta, and Piccolo face Frost, Magetta, and Matamo. It's a tough fight, but they are able to knock the three out of the ring. Kappa finds Vegeta and challenges him. Vegeta has a clear edge over Kappa, with them both in Super Saiyan. Kappa expresses regret about not being able to show Vegeta his planet Sadala, but Vegeta states that he plans to win the wish and use it to bring back Universe 6, with Kappa feeling relieved as he is knocked out of the ring. Caulifla and Kale approach Kakarot ready for round 2. Kale struggles a little, but shortly gains control, with her and Caulifla together fighting Kakarot. Kakarot is still overpowering the two and is about to knock them out of the ring when Caulifla and Kale fuse together.
They announce that they are Kefla before going Super Saiyan. Kefla is dominating Kakarot and is about to knock him out of the ring until he once again transforms into Ultra Instinct Sign. Kakarot in Ultra Instinct Sign is able to knock Kefla out of the ring before losing Ultra Instinct Sign. Universe 3 decides that it's time to pull out their last resort and fuses into Ani-Raza. Ani-Raza is quickly confronted by Red, Kakarot, Vegeta, Gold, Kanon, and Scarlet. Kanon and Scarlet are shortly knocked out of the ring, with the rest of them struggling to fight Ani-Raza. They are pushed to the edge, with Red transforming into a new form, and with help forces Ani-Raza out of the ring. Magenta, Piccolo, Violet, and Launch are confronted by Toppo and Dispo. Toppo and Dispo are able to throw them out of the ring, but Dispo falls out as well. Jiren, having finished off most of the remaining fighters, joins up with Toppo before they are shortly confronted by Red, Kakarot, Gold, and Vegeta. Red demands to fight Jiren alone, while Kakarot, Gold, and Vegeta begin fighting Toppo. Toppo does provide some challenge for the three, but together they are able to push Toppo out of the ring. Red in his new form is dominating Jiren, but Jiren shortly breaks through his limit. Jiren quickly starts gaining a slight edge over Red, but Kakarot, Gold, and Vegeta join in the fight. Red, with the help of the others, gets close to knocking Jiren out of the ring, but Jiren pushes himself even further and begins pushing them back. Being pushed back, Kakarot and Vegeta both break through their limits, going Ultra Instinct and Blue Evolution. Together they are matching Jiren, until Gold grabs hold of Jiren, and with the help of the others, blasting the two, he drags Jiren out of the ring. The Grand Prix states that Universe 7 is the winner of the Tournament of Power. After talking with Zeno for a moment, the Grand Prix approaches Kakarot and announces that Kakarot is the MVP and gets the wish, with Red and Vegeta being a bit annoyed at that. Kakarot wishes back the other universes. Time passes until an agent from the Galactic Patrol comes to Earth seeking the help of Jaivo. Gold is skeptical, but Mira states that Gold is the perfect warrior to catch the escaped death row inmate that is a threat to the Red Ribbon Empire as well as the whole universe. Finally being convinced to help, Gold requests all the intel about the prisoner. Agent Miras explains everything about Moro, with Gold being curious if he could sense where Moro is. Gold is shocked when Moro notices Gold looking for him, but Gold is able to get a read on his location. Miras is a bit surprised as well, but asks if Gold figured out where Moro is heading, with Gold revealing that Moro is heading for Earth. Gold, Violet, and Launch are ready and waiting as Moro lands at Capsule Corp. Moro is intrigued by the welcoming committee and surprised when he's unable to draw any energy from the group. Gold sees an opportune moment and rushes in, tearing through Moro. Agent Miras is surprised and thanks Gold, but Gold states he just did it for the good of the Empire. Meanwhile, Kakarot and Raditz head to Planet Cereal to recruit a strong bounty hunter for the Red Ribbon Army. They quickly meet Manito, with him confusing Kakarot for Bardock. Raditz explains that Bardock is their father, and that they are here to recruit a Cerealian named Granola. Manito questions their intentions some, before ultimately saying he'll help and tell Granola the truth. However, Granola shoots Raditz, knocking him out, but Kakarot is able to dodge the shot. Kakarot yells for Granola to come out because they aren't his enemy, with Granola coming out but not believing Kakarot. Manito finishes healing Raditz before yelling for Granola to stop and listen. Granola is shocked and confused, with Kakarot taking the opportunity to restrain Granola. Kakarot asks Manito to tell Granola the truth. Manito is a little conflicted, but begins telling Granola about how Bardock saved Granola and Musi. Granola asks what happened to his mother then, with Minato explaining about the heaters showing up and killing her. Shocked and confused, Granola is angry that Minato kept this from him and let him work with the heaters, but Minato explains that the heaters would have killed them otherwise. Kakarot, realizing that Granola has a lot of issues to work through, gives Minato a communicator. Before leaving, Kakarot reveals that the heaters have stealthily betrayed them as well, and that Red is making them pay for it now. Elsewhere, Red, Nappa, and Vegeta find the heaters. Elect is surprised to see Red and pretends to act cordial, but Red quickly dismisses it, revealing the reason why they are there. Backed into a corner, Elect yells to attack while pulling out his gun. In an instant, the fight is over with the heaters all dead. Time passes with Dr. Gero's grandson wanting to prove he's just as smart as his grandpa. Dr. Hedo makes 2 androids that he calls Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, then to test his creations he requests help from Violet and Launch. Violet and Launch begin fighting against Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, with the Gammas easily overpowering the girls. Getting interested, Red decides that he'll try out the Gammas himself. Red is at a slight disadvantage while in his ultimate form, but transforms further and easily overpowers the Gammas. This is where I'll end this series. How did you like this What If series requested by Tiano C-G? If you enjoy my content, like the video and subscribe to my channel, and maybe check out my Patreon for early access to my latest videos. You can also check out my Steam group and Discord to join the community I'm building, and if you have money to spare, maybe consider throwing a little of it my way. As always, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are.